Right, here we go. 16 weeks to get fit, to get up to scratch for one of the hardest UK road marathons. I'll be honest, at the moment I don't quite feel anywhere near the fitness that I had from Valencia from December from 2024. I've had a heavy Christmas, so now it's time to try and get back to where I was and hopefully a bit better.
3, 2, 1, go!
Cheers, guys. Forget about this bit every time when it floods. If I can't do this, then it's not looking good for Sunday. Can we have one baguette as well? Yeah, thanks.
So I was on the Guinness last night, so I'm a bit worried about how this is going to go.
I'm not as fit as I think I am. Okay, go on, I can't help myself. Found it. Go! Thanks, guys. That was horrific. Nothing lasts forever. Every hill will crest eventually, and there's always a downhill on the other side. Starting to, I'm not going to talk, I can't talk. Okay, another race done, another medal for the collection. There's no reason at the moment for me to, not go for the big one, so that's what I'm going to do. So yes, excited for next week. Okay, that's recording. So, okay, should we just go for it? Week 16, the end of the training block, and I just can't believe how quickly the time moves. And this week has been quite an easy week. I've had one 5k, I did a 10k last week. All right, Zols, how's it going? Come here, Zols, you want to get on the vlog? Go on, Zols, good girl. Why'd you make me work for your attention so much? Dogs are so much easier. I'm going to do a 5k park run, so 20k in total this week before the marathon Sunday. Now, yesterday I did do a 10k, wasn't planned. I met a guy that I know who's running the whole length of the UK, and I was working just down the road from his route, so I couldn't help myself but want to go out and meet him, and I did a few miles with him and then ran out and back to the car, which was really fun. So shout out to Keanu if you're watching, and if anyone wants to go and follow his journey, go find him, he's a great lad. And yeah, park run Saturday, that's going to be nice and easy obviously, and yeah, so all I can do is control what few controllables I can control on Sunday. So Leeds Marathon Sunday, it's going to be warm. I haven't looked at the forecast deliberately because I don't really want to, confirm the negativity I already have towards it, which is that it's going to be hot and sunny. So I'm just going to be prepared that it's going to be very hot and sunny. And if it's not, that's a bonus. I'm going to be sun cream, I'm going to be factor 50'd up to the max, and I'm going to be hydrated like a fish going into it. I'm not going to be taking any water with me on road marathons, I don't really like taking my vest with me. It's just a choice. I know it's obviously going to be warm. Hopefully that decision won't come back to bite me. But what I will be taking with me in my running belt is a small soft flask. I think it's a 250ml flask, just to help me get the chews down, which are the Voom bars that I use for energy. I'm going to be taking one of those every 5k, so I'm going to have 8 blocks with me. So the idea is every 5k I'm going to have one. Now a lot of people would like to do every half an hour or every 20 minutes, but what happens if you run an 8-hour marathon? You're going to take 83 gels with you. So I'm just going to try and just take them every 5k and hope that I can run consistent splits, which I may not well do. I'm going to try and split the course manually in 5k blocks, but I've got a feeling there are no 5k markers, which might be problematic. So I'll do a bit of research between now and the race day and see if there are 5k markers. If there's not, I might just have to use my watch, the GPS, and just manually lap every 5k. Maybe I'll just do miles, I don't know, I'm not quite sure. What else? So kit, I'm gonna wear a Adidas singlet that I bought on Vinted from January, which I couldn't fit into. Fast forward a whole training block later, I've lost a bit of weight, I can finally fit into it, which is good news. I'm gonna be wearing that with some half tights and my Alpha Flies. I've decided to wear them instead of anything else, just because I know that they're tried and tested at the marathon distance, and I really think they'll help me out at some really tough points of the course. And of all the race shoes and all the super shoes that I own, I think they work the best for me. So that is why I'm going to be using the Alpha Fly version 1s, aka my bloody alphas. If you know, you know. Okay, next up is tactics. Now, it's obviously going to be a warm day, and the heat, it's just science, slows you down. I'm well aware of that. So what I'm doing to compensate, that being said, I'm still going to go for a PB. PB for me would be sub 3:21:01. For that, I need to run faster than 4:45 per kilometre or 7 something per mile. The way I think I'm going to try and do that is risky. I'm going to try and negative split this race, which I firmly believe is the best way to run a race. However, it does come with some risks because you might lose too much time at the start if you go out too easily. However, the amount of time that you save in the first half of the race could be so much more than you would waste in a positive split. So there is always that. And it's obviously going to get warmer as the day goes on. So I think that for me might be the best course of action. So I'm going to go out slightly slower than PB pace for the first 10 miles. Now looking at my course, looking at the course, which I've got a detail of here, I'm going to go out for the first 15 to 16 kilometres slower than PB pace, around about 4:50 per k. So 5 seconds per kilometre slower. So I will lose time. But at around about 17k, so just after that, I've got a lovely downhill and flat section for about 10k. So until 28k, I can really start to push the pace back closer to PB pace. Now, this is the section that I've been training for the last 16 weeks, is the hill, aka the Chevin, which is going to be, I think, about 4 kilometers, which is, I don't know, what's that, 2.5 miles of hill. That's going to be really, really tough. I'm good at hills. Am I good at hills at marathon pace? That's what we're going to find out. But my plan is just to keep the marathon effort, maybe not the pace, and get to the top of that hill. And then hopefully the effort that I might have saved on the first half, I can then put all my energy into getting home and gradually downhill. There are a couple of uphills in that last section, but largely it looks like that last 10k is net downhill with a few bumps in the road on the way. So that's the plan. I'm going to try a negative split. Whether I will or not, I'm not sure. The magic number for me to dip below, as I said, would be 4:45 per kilometre and quicker. Whether I can do that, I don't know. It won't be able to run an even split race. I know that. I'm well aware of that. It's the complete opposite of Valencia. because of the amount of hills, and it looks like there's going to be some humidity as well. So I'm so excited for it. I'm ready for it. I'm as ready as I can be. The lead up to this point hasn't been ideal, but it's been not far from ideal. It's been pretty good. I did peak at about week 8 in terms of volume, because I didn't quite get as high into the above 100k as I wanted to, because of a little bit of illness, and I had a couple of injury worries, which I'm glad I backed off on, because I think if I was going to push, that injury would have become something, or that niggle would have become an injury. So I'm glad I didn't push the volume as much as I did. Hills and volume have been a big thing for me, which I'm glad I've managed to get in, averaging around about 70-80k a week across the 16 weeks. And I've done some good track sessions and some good club sessions with Worcester AC as well. So I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go. It's a marathon that there's not a whole lot of content about. I've seen some videos about it, but what I am looking forward to is just the great unknown, and just seeing how I respond to some of these hills mixed in with the heat and the fast pace of marathon pace. I think it's going to be a lot of fun out there, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to say that I will back off if I feel like it's not my day, than rather stubbornly push on and potentially hospitalise myself, because it is just not worth it. And I need to remember that I've said that, because it is not worth it. Putting yourself in hospital with severe heat exhaustion, yeah, I don't know if it will be worth it. So again, I've got to be mindful not to push myself too hard. But that being said, I am going to Leeds to try and get a PB and run really hard and run really strong until I can't do that any longer. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited to, just run another marathon. This will be marathon number 8 for me. Completing a marathon is just a massive achievement in itself. So I'm just hopeful that I can get to the finish line and get that medal around my neck. And what happens on the day happens on the day, as we all know. It can be a little bit of a lottery sometimes. So there's a lot that can go wrong, which is, I think for me, one of the massive reasons why I love marathon running so much, because it's so hard to do. So yeah, that's where we are, and who knows what's going to happen on Sunday. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you for watching this video, watching the training series. I felt massively supported by you guys, and yeah, hope to see a few of you out on the course. Give me a shout if you see me. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need every bit of encouragement. And yeah, feeling good. So, a few more days of chilling now, a few more days of carb loading, and yeah, going to enjoy the lead up. And I'm sure I'll get the marathon blues like everybody gets as soon as Monday morning comes along. But another start line is about to be hit, and I'm really excited to get the Leeds Marathon done. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!
It's on, Andy!